Well, welcome back everyone to Riverbend Discovery Center. I know it's been a little bit of time since we were last in here, but I just wanted to do a little bit of a walkthrough with you guys. You know, I hope you guys wouldn't mind doing a little bit of a check-in through here. Just check out everything that we have going on here so far and talk about why we're kind of doing this and why we're going from here. I don't know, words are something that I can probably do. Now, of course, I don't really have all my mods installed right now. I'm in the middle of updating everything and getting everything retrofitted and stuff like that. So I do apologize if we're not able to see a few animals on our little bit of a tour today, but we can always guarantee to see ourselves some Binturong. So of course I still do have these guys installed. There is no way to get rid of these guys. They're in your game forever. Now, pardon the little bit of the lag spike right there, but we have these guys climbing right in there. So in case if you guys are new, Riverbend Discovery Center is a little bit of a lower budget kind of zoo. It's not really the highest budget like San Diego or like, you know, National, but it's not really your really lower class kind of zoo either. It's very much lower middle ground when it comes to all that stuff. And look at the Binturongs go. I love these guys so much. I actually just saw them at Roger Williams and they were actually active for once, so that was very cute. But with all that being said, this is very much a zoo that makes do with what they have. And what they have is kind of like a little bit of a lower budget kind of materials and stuff like that. So all that being said, you do get this beautiful, nice kind of poured concrete kind of flooring. It's not really the best. I may go back and redo all of it. I'm not really sold on it right now. But I think I've seen some techniques by like ZZ and stuff where I can actually make it look a lot better. So I'll probably go back and redo all of that. And yeah, that's essentially kind of the vibes that we're going for. I know some parts of the zoo don't really make sense, like why do we only have Brolgas in here? In fact, Brolgas are only found in like a couple places in captivity in the United States. I think they're actually only found in one place in captivity within there, but I don't know, maybe I'll swap these guys out for some red crown cranes. I think they would fit a lot better in here. But they look really cool nonetheless. I really do love how well this habitat came out, especially these like planted areas. I always thought these were kind of cool when I made them. Just nice ways to kind of break up the habitat and give it a little bit more depth. And I also love that tiny little hose back there. I forget who that was from. I think it might be Mr. Gomez, but I'm not sure. And of course, Bongo Hardwood knocked it out of the park with these cranes. They look beautiful and they work incredibly well as well. I mean, check these guys walking through here. They look badass. I love them. Now, we're going to continue right down here. I do have these kind of like way signs, I guess you could kind of say. I do have these guys all loaded up. I'm not going to start putting names down on there until we start to make some greater progress with the zoo itself. So we'll actually do that later down the line when we actually do get to that. But over here you have another viewing into the Brolgas. It's nothing too crazy, and I do have a little bit of an informational sign about Australia right there. And I love this over here. So obviously I use the murals over here, but what you guys might not know is that I use the one-way glass panels to kind of break it up a little bit and give it a little bit more of like, you know, the samey kind of color. So that big bright kind of coloring over there wasn't really jiving with me. So I put those opaque panels right over it. And it turned out so good. I love the effect that it gives, and I think I can probably see a lot of you guys be using that technique in the future. But of course we use a lot of those decals as well to make it look a little bit more grimy, make it feel a lot more scummy. Again, this is probably a little bit of an older zoo, maybe made so around the 90s, so you get a lot of this kind of, you know, straight edge architecture. And, you know, maybe they go back and repaint some stuff, but let's just pretend they kind of left this one out for the dust. And of course, over here, we have the little capybaras. It's nothing too crazy. It's not the best exhibit. We're just going to swoom right over here. But I do think it came out incredibly well. So we have a lot of beautiful plants all over the place. And they have enough pools to kind of, you know, rest in, maybe go for a little bit of a dip if it's a nice and hot day. Again, I'm not really sure where this zoo is based. I don't even think I want to give it a location, because once I do that, you start to get into some more restrictive things. And for the purpose of this, I kind of don't want to get into that. I kind of want to have this be kind of freeform. but they are enjoying their time right over there. I'm very happy for them. They're just vibing. We have a little bit of staff access right over here for these 3 exhibits. Obviously, nothing too crazy in here. You know, I did my best to make do with the space that I have. I tried to use all the reference that I could for this exhibit over here, but, you know, I hope you guys appreciate all of that. But moving on through here, we have another one of Ricey's zoo maps, always looking mighty fine in there. Helps us find our way in here. But, of course, over here, we have our lesser flamingos and one greater in there for some reason. I don't know why. But these guys just love their habitat. I probably made it a little bit too big, but I'm kind of happy with that because it serves as kind of a nice focal point, kind of like a nice gathering point. And seeing just the dimensions of this zoo across this pond, it's really awesome to see how well this is all coming out. But over here we have a little bit of staff access in case if they do need to do some, like, you know, emergency cleaning of the pool. I do have some duckweed all over the place, so you can probably kind of infer that they haven't really cleaned it in a little bit. I have these sails over from Leader. I kind of painted them pink so they kind of fit the flamingo vibe. And I don't know, I'm just very happy with how all of this came out. And we're just gonna pop down here really quickly. We got our first view into the actual prairie over here. We have a bunch of different animals in there, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. For the time being, though, we do have the little holding area for all the primates for when the winter does come. Obviously, we have a lot of tropical species out on the Primate Islands that wouldn't necessarily be there throughout the entire year. So that is something that I do want to address and make sure that we have holding for them. But what we also have holding for is the African spurred tortoise, which I forgot to install. Whoops. So these guys have a little bit of a pit kind of habitat. It's really awesome how many of you guys like threw all of your knowledge in here for me, because it's really awesome, and it turns out we did a lot of good things straight for the tortoises. For example, tortoises don't like plexiglass or glass or plastic kind of fencing, so we did very good with using that one over there. They tried and like ram themselves into it, and it does cause them a lot of stress, so that is really cool to see. And I just love how dead this exhibit feels. We even have these little custom feeders with the PVC pipe, and we also have another feeder right over there. And even this view right over here, granted this is your exit, so you would get off the boat kind of like this, and you kind of stop by the tortoises and check them out. And I can even see, like, you know, the families waiting in line over there, but then the rest of the kids want to pop over and see the tortoises. This would be the area for them to go to. I don't know, I just really love it. And I love that shelter too. It feels so haphazard, and I love it for that. But we're also going to take a quick little peek over here. I'm going to pop out a Tedged really quickly and just hover us over these exhibits. This is our whole Primate Island cruise. It was very much inspired off of Naples Zoo. It's one of my favorite zoos now because it's just so clean, and just a really good demonstration of a lot of like rare animals. So of course we have a lot of different areas for animals to kind of interact with. I have the langurs originally right over here. We have colobus monkey, and they're able to brachiate between these two areas. Not really brachiate, but you guys know what I mean. And this is actually really cool. This is something I learned over at Naples. If you have two different islands for monkeys or even primates, you can unhook these kind of climbing structures. So you can unhook this and hook it up right over there, so that if they're over here, you can get over here to clean this island, or vice versa. We have a lot of that throughout this entire zoo. Not zoo, but area. You guys know what I mean. We have vervet monkeys right over here. I do apologize that it's a little bit dead right now. Again, I don't have them installed. I think I may go back and redo some of the choices for the tour, just because I feel like with all the new updated monkey mods, we have a lot of awesome primates to have in here as well. And having primates at lower budget zoos really is something that's a lot more common than you would think. I know that primates here are ringtails, by the way. They're really freaking cute. I know that primates seem like to be one of the most difficult animals to keep, which is actually very surprising to see the truth in that. They're actually very common in lower budget zoos because of their appeal, but also, I don't know, it's just very awesome to have these guys as an option over here. I think we have our black and white ruffed lemurs right over here as well. I'm not sure where they might have went, but I don't know, maybe they disappeared a little bit. All those other ruffed lemurs are getting remakes as well, by the way. We have our spider monkeys right over here. Love those guys, Yucatan spider monkeys. And I think over here we have our Sakis. And then back over here we have our, I think those are the Francois Longers as well. But that's our entire Primate cruise. I'm very happy with how well that came out. I think I will go back and decorate the pond even more so, just because I feel like this is such a beautiful area. And I think once we actually get to this area, I would actually like to have some guest areas kind of looking into it. Because with all that being said, we have a little area right here, and it looks right onto, I think those are the vervet monkeys, and those guys would be really cool to watch all day, so that's going to be really awesome to have right there. But moving on through here, we have a lot of other awesome stuff. We're just going to take it off right from over here. Another little area for staff access. I haven't really put anything of purpose back there yet, but once we actually do, I'll be able to open that up for the staff, make sure that they're all happy to get back in there. But we start to get some beautiful sight lines at our savannah over here. And we get a lot of awesome creatures in here as well. I know a lot of people tend to have animals all together. Well, we'll get to that in just a little bit. I do apologize. But we also have our Eurasian Links over here. This was the first thing I built. I really wanted to build another lynx habitat right when the DLC came out. And I was like, screw it. I'm going to make this little bit of a exhibit based off of a current exhibit from, I forget what it was called. I think it was Riverside Discovery Center. Hence why we named this exhibit this. Not the exhibit, the entire zoo. But these guys like to sleep a lot. But when they don't, they climb all over the place in here. And it's just really awesome. I have all this climbing equipment from either BZ, I have it from Just Goron, I have some from Andrew Wyatt Andrews. Yes, I'm sorry, Wyatt, again. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm a little dyslexic when it comes to names. But yeah, it's just a really beautiful exhibit over here, and I really do love how well it stands out against all the other ones. Plus, it has a lot of awesome height, and even the shade structures up there, they came out really awesome. And even the little planted area right over there with the bromeliads and the fan palms or whatever. I don't know. Then we start to get into the Savannah exhibit. We're just going to skip right along over here. By the way, I'm using Advanced Tegid Cam. This was a mod released by Kai, and it lets you jump and do all that stuff. I can't wait for when he adds crouching. That's going to be really fun, so we can duck into areas where kids are supposed to go. But that's all that I am being said on that front. But over here, we have a lot of different animals in here, so I'm just going to leave the mouse over there, plus I have an itch, so that kind of works out in my favor. But we have ostrich, we have pronghorn, we have scimitar horned oryx, which I need to re-add in here. We also have a single male turkey who snuck in here, and we also have, I don't know, did I say pronghorns already? I think I probably did. We also have dromedary camels. It's just a very huge mix of animals in here. And you see this a lot with lower budget zoos. You'll see them kind of throw in a lot of different animals from all different places. I know that I think Lupa Zoo up north in central Massachusetts kind of has something along the lines of that. So it's kind of something that I really do want to reiterate over here. This is kind of a lower budget zoo, so I'm trying to make those low budget decisions. But with all that being said, I know I say that a lot, guys. I'm very sorry. I saw a comment like that. I just tend to say the same things over and over again because I'm insane. But all that being said, again, I'm sorry. Jeez. I really wanted to have an exhibit kind of like this. This is probably going to be our only one like this. I can't really see us doing any other big exhibits kind of like that. So, I don't know. Get used to this one because this is all we're going to get. And I do like the use of the dead trees all throughout here, just kind of making do with what the natural environment really has. And we also have this binocular set, I believe by Just Goron, I think. I didn't show it off before, but we're actually going to pop right over there right now. I have a whole area with blueprint makers, so I have Wyatt Andrews, I have MG Uchiha. We have Lion, who did all the beautiful signage, like all that stuff. Oh my gosh. We have Mr. Domez, Goron, Ricey, Leader, Toves. We have Forge. Everyone is here. And we have a little bit of staff access right back there as well, which I really like. But we have a lot of awesome stuff because of blueprints, and that's something I really want to make sure that you guys know. I love using blueprints, and I hope you guys do too, because they're such awesome things to use. And I think I should probably upload some stuff in here as blueprints. I'll probably do that soon. Maybe I'll even do that during the live stream, which is canonically maybe yesterday. I think this is going to come out on Monday, so definitely do keep that in mind. But I do have a little bit of staff access over here. I didn't really block it off, but I feel like this is one of those areas where you would know not to go. But probably some guests would probably go there. I didn't even put a door on there. I'm so stupid. But over here we have a lot of awesome primate species as well. Nothing too crazy, just kind of shabby enclosures, just to make it look pretty, like, you know, low, run down kind of stuff. So we do have our spider monkeys who like to escape. I gotta fix that. But they do tend to escape a lot over there, so we have them on the roof up there. But they do tend to spend most of their time in the exhibit itself, so that's good. No harm, no foul. And we do have this kind of branch off right over here. I'm not sure what I want to put down over here. Maybe I'll have more monkey enclosures, just because I do like them. And they escape a lot, so I think that's very fun. But I also have our Tufted Capuchins in here, easily one of my favorite mods nowadays. They came out extremely well, oh my gosh. But I love their exhibit too, because they have so much climbing space. And look at the little banana right there, I love that stuff. But they have a lot of awesome space in here, and it just feels so jank. And I love it because of that. It feels very, very low budget. But all that being said, that is honestly all the zoo is so far. So going forward, I definitely do want to extend this area out over here. I'm not sure what I want to actually put over there. Maybe I'll do some more African species. I want to have a few more South American species as well. I know they're kind of cheap, so I do want to have some tapirs over here. Maybe I'll even kind of break up this fence over here. I know it's a little bit too straight for our liking over here, so I don't know. Maybe we'll fix that up. But I do want to have an entrance, and I think I'm kind of settling on this area for the entrance. It's nothing too crazy, but maybe over here as the entrance as well. I think this will actually suit as a better entrance because this does kind of feel like a main street. And I think I do want to carry forward with that, especially how this path kind of goes around like that and then goes around like that. I would like to keep that one main street kind of focus. So I think I may kind of do something like this. And let me actually get the path all ready. Let me get my railing, no, curb on ground path. And we can just align that up, and we can just kind of focus that on through there, and we can have a nice big area right there for the guests to actually enter. Maybe even have a little bit of a lower budget gift shop or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I'm very happy with how well this is turning out. But hey, I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am. Oh my gosh, this is wicked fun to put all together. And it's so crazy to see just how much progress we made in such a little amount of time. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to end it right here with our beautiful flamingos. These were made by Jen, by the way. She's so awesome with her mods. But all that being said, I know I say that a million times. Please, someone count up how many times I said that in this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.